look at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family. As always, thank you so much for the love and support y'all are constantly giving me. It's truly appreciated. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you are been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are uplifting, give you good insight that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times at the moment and just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's always appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And remember, as always, I always leave my contact information in the description box below. The video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, no matter what led you on the path of what was dormant, you have the power to create something magical. You know, we're all going through a lot of different things. We're purging a lot of energies from all the different experiences that we have been having to embrace. And it's hard to say embrace. Especially if you've gone through a lot of trauma, a lot of hardship in your life that really has shook you to the core. And it's like so many different things is going on. It's like yesterday I did a lot of meditation just to purge out a lot of things that was still hidden in my heart as well as in the back of my mind that I didn't know that was still suppressed, or maybe just ignored, not wanting to accept the truth. And a lot of times it's hard for us to be able to accept the things that has taken place for our lives. So a lot of times it can make us angry or distract us from what's truly important, even though that is important. But for you to get that type of closure, a lot of times you have to not allow that to hinder you to be the best of what you can make of your life. There's so many different things that's taking place in my life, and it is just like, your life is a constant test. How are you going to allow the things that cannot be changed, but just being able to accept that, to allow that to hinder your life, not allowing yourself to feel like, because all the things that has been done to you, whether it's been done by family members or spouses or anything, are you going to allow that to be like your excuse for not doing something better within your life? We always have a choice. We have that right to choose. We can allow ourselves to be in that victim mentality of saying, you know what, my life is ruined because of this person, because of that, or because of somebody else. You have to be able to allow yourself to know, yes, these things may have happened, but you have to also accept the responsibility on things you probably partaked in that situation as well. And a lot of times it's hard for you to be able to do that, because sometimes you have gone through different things. Like within my life, I felt like going through emotional, mental, physical abuse was of the norm. Like I've said a lot of times before, I raised my kids up on it. I had to work 1,000 times more and still have to work on that, on trying to change, allowing myself to say, you had a right to choose, even though that may have felt normal to you. You knew what that felt like when you have gone through different things, so why would you want to place that on anybody else? And I had to be able to admit my wrongs in my situations, admit that I had certain toxic traits that I really need to allow myself to work on. And and it's just like, you can go through something very tragic, very heartbreaking in your life, and that awaken something apart, something that was dormant within you, that it was time for you to know. You had to go through these experiences. You had to go through heartbreak, hardship, some kind of things that just really shook you, and it can really put you in a world like, no, this is not a part of my life. Because it's just like, when so many different things was happening to me and I constantly going through things, I was always wondering, why am I not that person that can be loved, or why people in my so-called family was all successful doing different things, and I was always out here struggling with me and my kids and stuff like that. And I can admit a lot of things that I did, I could have made different choices, but I did what I've done, and I won't, I won't sit up here and say I didn't, try to, paint a picture of me like, wanting to be seen as a victim, because a lot of times I didn't realize that's what I was doing. Because it's like when I first started my spiritual awakening, nervous breakdown, going through so many different things at one time, and it wasn't just like little tidbits of stress, but it was like some really hardship that I had to go through, you know and it set me on this path, and I never knew it, 4 or 5 years later I'll be doing things that I'm doing now. And it's a beautiful thing because so many different people can relate to the things that you have gone through. So many different people can understand behind closed doors. That's where our true feelings come out. Even though we're allowing ourselves to step out in our truth and not wearing a mask, we still have one. Those are the ones that you can say you're okay, and then it's like when you get behind closed doors, you just cry your eyes out and just trying to understand, yes, I'm gonna be okay. Even when things are not even looking clear to me right now, everything is gonna be okay. And it's hard for you to be able to see that when so many different things are being reflected to you as the villain's gonna win, and all those different things. And it's hard for you to be able to have faith in something that is just like, I've said it before when I've gone through so many different things, because it's like when I was going through something, I went through my spiritual awakening, I was going through 4 or 5 different things all at one time. And it was like, if God really loved me, why did he allow these things to happen to me? How are you allowing these people to just get away with so much, and they're not being spotlighted for the things that they have done? And now when I allow myself to really look at all my tragedies that's taken place, I can allow myself to honestly say, yes, it was a hurtful thing to ever go through. You wouldn't wish that on anybody. But when you allow yourself to look at this positive aspect of your life, it showed strength, it showed courage, because you're allowing yourself to even move forward, even for things that that could have really rocked you and put you, lose your whole sense of mind. There are so many different things I've seen where people are almost close to situations I was in, and they they're in prison now. They're doing things that they can't take back, because a lot of times we try to make these temporary emotions on decisions and have a permanent outcome that can't be changed, because you don't know how you're going to feel after that fact. But just being able to go through all the things I've gone through, I work with them every day. I work with them every day. I pray, because there's so many different things that go on in my life, and it just like, I don't want to feel like getting out of the bed in the morning. I don't, I want to just cry and just ask, I'm pushing out so much positivity. Why do I have to constantly keep going through things like this? And then it's just like you have all that spiritual reinforcements to tell you you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. All the things that you have gone through, not everybody would have been able to succeed the way you have. You have to be able to try to look at everything in a different perspective, see yourself as a higher light, allow yourself to really know how strong you really are. If these things didn't take place in your life, you would have still been walking around trying to understand what is my life is supposed to be about. I'm not fulfilled in my life. I'm not happy within that. And it's just like when you're allowing yourself to create something, when you're creating something that is built on your truth, on how you decide to do it. We have all gone through some type of program. You're unlearning a lot of things that you have learned throughout the past years, and you're allowing yourself, if you, especially if you've been like a person with intense anxiety, a manic depressive, bipolar, all these different things, that the mental illnesses that has laid a part of your life from the traumatic experience that you have been embraced with. You're allowing yourself to really try to get out that rut, and it's not something that's easy to do. It's not walking the mill, but you're allowing yourself to try to see everything happens for a reason, even though it may be hurtful, even though it may be something that you just can't understand, why, because you push out, because it's like with me, at times I get burnt out, and this is something I really love to do. And there's at times where, there's so many different things things that comes at me, and it's just like, I didn't push this out, I didn't ask for this, this, I didn't want this purpose, this is something that I was blessed to have. And then it's just like, when it comes to my situation, there's so many people that are hoping and praying that I give up, or something bad happens to me where I don't do things of this nature anymore, because this rubs the wrong way for certain people that don't want to embrace the things that they may be doing within their lives. They don't want to admit that, have the responsibility over that. They really rather put everything on somebody else's plate, on what these people have done to them for them to be moved like this. Or they're going to allow themselves to say, yeah, you may have done these things, but I've played my part on doing things in myself. I'm keeping it real with myself, calling myself out on my own bull crap, and allowing myself to know, even though I didn't ask for these cards that I was dealt, I could allow myself to rearrange the rules for me to be able to make it accommodating for myself. When you finally allow yourself to walk away from what no longer serves you, allowing yourself to create something within your own time of, saying that I'm going to make my life bigger and better, even though these aren't the things that, these aren't the things that I never saw myself doing. But I have that power to be able to create something of my own, not based on how people want me to be seen, or allowing myself to really love myself, not worrying about the people that are trying to distract me from me trying to find myself. And that's what they want you to be able to understand. Even though when things just don't look like it's going in your favor, you just really don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know what the universe is just fixing up for you, just because the fact is they understand what you're going through is hard. They know it's hard for you to be able to see so much positivity in your life when so much negative is hitting you from every corner. They get that. They understand that. But that's where your strength keeps on coming in. That's where your determination keeps coming in. Because if you didn't have these rocky experiences in your life, you wouldn't put much of an effort to change your life. And that's what they want you to be able to see. These things, it's so easy for people to be walking around here and say, oh, poor me, these things happen to me, these things happen to me. But hey, everybody done gone through stuff. Some people are more vocal about it, and some people just keep that under wraps. But when you're allowing yourself to not be the product of what somebody tried to create on you, or want how you want to be seen, you know what I'm saying? You're allowing yourself to create something that this is your baby. This is something you're concentrating on. This is something that you're transforming in your own way. And a lot of times it's just like, we have gone through our lives trying to understand, why do we stick out like a sore thumb? Why are we so hard to understand? Why do we speak the way we speak? How do we understand and have a deeper meaning on different things that other people do? That you're here to create something new. You're here to create something that has been talked about for millennials, or whatever they want to call it. They picked you for these things. And for that to take place, you have to be able to do things that you never saw yourself doing. You have to be bold within your own boldness to be able to say, there's too many people out here praying that I give up on myself. When a lot of times when people point out what's bad about you, because they don't like what's good going on about you. Because there's times where people got pissed off at me because I have so much little, but I try to make it out of something big. Yeah, I don't have my right camera right now. I don't have all this different stuff that some of these, YouTubers have, but I'm working my way up. People are seeing, just like I'm being with you on your journey, to seeing you transform to something better. Y'all are part of my journey and seeing how I've changed. I've came a long way, and it's at times, I won't even lie, it gets hard. It gets really hard at times, because it makes me just want to just lay back and say, to hell with it. It just, I push out so much, and so much BS comes back to me. I'm so tired of that. And I be like that at times. And sometimes I got a chip on my shoulder where I get pissed for everything. you know can't be able to be vocal about my issues or vocal about certain things, because it's like certain things I can't talk about, and it gets aggravating with me. I'm just like, how am I supposed to heal if I can't express myself? This is how my life has been my whole life. But then it's allowing yourself to know it's okay for everybody not to know your full story on what brought you here. It's okay if people don't believe you. It's okay for them to have their own opinion about what you do or what you are or whatever. But it's all about how you choose to see yourself. It's all about how you choose to keep moving forward, even when so many different things are riding against you. And that's where your strength comes in and your determination goes in, because it's like God put these things in your life just to see, are you really ready for the things that you've been asking for? Are you ready to open those doors for what you've been working so hard for? And these are the things, reason why I get so aggravating with us, when we're impatient, we're anxious, because the things we're in, we're getting out of that comfort zone. So things will start feeling very uncomfortable. And they want you to be able to see that when things start getting uncomfortable, that means things are changing for you. And it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be that easy road. Because if everything was so easy and everything was so not stressful, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to want to achieve anything. You're not going to sit up here and be happy of all the accomplishments you have made. If you didn't work hard for these things, you earned them. It's just, the fact is, I love the fact that when I do my videos and the things that I push out, I can say the only thing that I have, is from my soul family, my viewers, that has been giving me, that the vibes that y'all give me, that you appreciate what I do, and my spiritual guides. That's it. I don't have anybody, pushing out my videos that got like about 1 million subscribers. They can put their videos out in like 5 minutes and they already got about 2,000. I'm working on this on my own. So there's no time when I finally get where I want to be at. Nobody can't say if she wouldn't have had that if it wasn't for me. It was all about me pushing my world of experiences out, my views of experience, being able to let you know, hey, I totally get you. I understand. I can relate to a lot of the hardship that we go through, because you really do want to be happy. But then it's just like when you have been in a traumatic situation for so long, it's kind of hard for you to see all the goodness that's coming towards you when that's all you have lived is heartache, abandonment, neglect, verbal and mental and emotional, spiritual abuse, whatever you have gone through. And you're really trying your hardest just to be able to see the positivity out of the things of what you're trying to create. And that's what they want you to know. Even though you have had to be led to a path where something so traumatic had to awaken something of you that you did not know was actually there, it had to go that way. It's like, how would you have been able to know, who you are, what your purpose of mission is? How would you know, just to be able to know you're about to play a big part on how this world needs that change, how that the world needs to come in unity? You had to be able to go through those things, because there's so many people that's out here just doing stuff and they want to be able to blame, oh, because I lived a hard life like this, I've gone this way, this was denied of me. We have all gone through different things, but it's your choice on how you want to live about it. If you want to sit up here and blame everybody else for the reason why you're acting toxic to everybody, okay, that's you. But you're not going to learn anything out of that. But when you can allow yourself to be honest and say, you know what, I do have a lot of toxic traits about myself, and I'm allowing myself to bravely, you know, come into contact with that, so I can allow myself to make those initial changes in my life to make a better life. I'm responsible of my own happiness. Can't find that on the external. I want to be loved. I have to find, all that stuff has to start with us first, for you to be able to achieve those things. And when you're allowing yourself to understand, you know, even when it doesn't seem like everything is going in your favor, you really just don't see. And that's what they want you to do. Have faith within yourself, have faith within the universe that better days are coming for you. Allow yourself to put everything you have into creating something beautiful. Be able to create something of a legacy that you can leave behind you and your family. All these different things are taking place in our life where heavy stuff, it was dropped on our lap since they fixed this, on top of everything. And that takes a very strong person. So never think that you're not strong, because you're dealing with so many different things that many people would have just walked away from. You're set up here facing a lot of battles that people just don't know about. But this is your time to make something magical for yourself. This is your time to sit up here and rise to the occasion of yourself, because nobody is going to give you that support system for you except you. Then you're going to find different people that you can, connect with that has those like-minded vibrations that you have as well. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of this video. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of the video. Whatever you're trying to manifest in your life, I hope it comes so much bigger and better than you have ever expected in your life, and it comes sooner than you expected it as well. And I'm gonna give a post notification shout out to Andres Alvarez and Kimberly Boyd and Timber Wolf. Much love and welcome. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace. Be well.